It's Sleazebagger Boyo.
Hey everybody, today we're going to be moving away from the negative energy from the last video, and we're going to be talking about some DreamWorks video games. Now, we all know DreamWorks. They've produced amazing films like the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, the Shrek quadrilogy, and Mouse Hunt. You thought Ratatouille was an original movie, but you were wrong, sir. Now, most of these movies get games that tie in with the main film. Not Mouse Hunt, though. And these games don't get much development time, like most tie-in games. But some of these games we're going to take a look at are pretty good. Not nostalgia good, I mean actually good. Even if they don't have a banging soundtrack by Ben Folds. There's a lot of games I'm going to have to go through, and versions I won't be talking about, so here's a list of games I won't be covering. Rise of the Guardians, Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit, The Game, Puss in Boots, Fruit Ninja, Shrek Penguins Besides the First Cone, Dr. Blowhole Slam, Madagascar, Operation Panda Games Past the Ants Race, and Ants Extreme Racing. Holy shit, are we done now? Oh my god, that took forever. So now that we got all those games out of the way, what are we going to be talking about? Good old Shrek, developed by Digital Illusion CE and published by TDK. What could go wrong? Everything. Everything went wrong. I should be more fair. I'm giving this game a bad shake even before I press the start button, so let's go see what we're dealing with. Aw man, this game reeks of meh. So basically it acts as like a sequel to the first movie, but it isn't really. It has a bad guy named Merlin. Before Merlin, they have the same powers, they're both wizards. Anyways, the game is very mediocre, the platforming is very soggy, and it's not very interesting. I would put more time into this part, but I've still got tons of games to go through, and also this game is not very fun. Don't worry, I've got another Shrek game coming up. B-movie. What could be better than a game based on a movie with movie in the title? Alright, we're doing the Wii version, so let's see how this is. Have you guys watched that video by Quentin Reviews where he talks about the animation of B-movie being a stressful task for the team involved? Yeah, none of that was put into the Wii version. Really. They gave Smart Bomb $10 and said, "Make us game. You have 30 minutes. If not done, I break neck." And it shows. Horrifying graphics aside, how does it play? Imagine you're playing a CSGO surf map with the Wii Nunchuck. Not the main controller, just the Wii Nunchuck. It controls like that. It feels like garbage, and guys, I'm getting really, uneasy. Can we move it along? So if you don't know the history already, Disney made this little film called Finding Nemo. So Jeffrey Katzenberg saw the project the animation team was working on and said, "Make 'em fish! Fish!" Anyways, the game is just as horrifying as B-Movie, but after B-Movie, I've become numb to the DreamWorks games. The game has a story. The story isn't the only thing that's different. The voice actors sound nothing like their movie counterpart.
I'm gonna die! I am gonna die!
He sounds like the Darth Vader from Star Wars Battlefront.
You will know the power of the dark side.
The game also experiments with different kinds of styles. First, it's a quick-time strategy game, then it's a Lego collectibles, and then it's Dance Dance Revolution, baby! Anyways, its three main game styles are alright, but they get old after a while, and they tend not to stick with you. It's very forgettable, and it's Shark Tale. 10 out of 10. Over the Hedge, also known as DreamWorks' best film of all time. Now, eBay gives it a 5 out of 5, so it's gotta be good, right? I have to have a portable system here somewhere, so this is what we're doing. Alrighty, let's get into it. Now, I played this game through a totally legal ROM with terrible button mapping, so I'll cut the tank controls some slack. But the game is very short, and the levels aren't that difficult, but it can be glitched to high hell. And I don't think the devs intended 99% of the shit I did while playing. But other than the hilarious situations and beasts the game throws at you, oh, oof. It does get the idea of over the hedge. Like with some of these games, they're just generic collectathons with popular characters stuck on them. But Over the Hedge is basically Collectathon the movie. It was made for this. That's why it's higher up on the games list. Oh yeah, I'm going from least favorite to most favorite. Should've mentioned that. But like earlier, I'm covering one version per game, and this one looked the most unique in comparison to its home console counterpart. However, this game also suffers from voice actors that sound nothing like the real thing itis. That's a real disease, by the way. And it's really funny.
Almost there, gang! Come on, Vern! Keep up! Too slow!
I am external, you idiot! It's like they found people who could do very, very, very vague impressions of the voice actors from the movie and just threw them into the game. Despite many flaws, it's leagues better than most DreamWorks Tie In Games. Also, I'm not talking about that fucking game Hammy Goes Nuts, with its crappy Ben Folds knockoff music and its awful animation. Ugh. Okay, let's move on to the big boys. Oh yeah, one more thing.
You leave and I return this stuff to the rightful owners. You, Mr. Stark. You, buddy.
That's the same guy.
Okay.
You might have noticed that my coverage of some of these games is rather short. Well, that's because I want to spend a lot of my time talking about these next two games. These games deserve way more attention than those other ones. Not even Over the Hedge can compete, and that's a masterpiece by all accounts. And now, here are the two DreamWorks games that I think are the best. The ones that give me hope. Get ready, boyo! This game makes you really feel like Panda. The fighting mechanics in this game are actually quite enjoyable, in my playthrough at least. I've heard of people calling it uninspired, but I find it legitimately fun. Name a game where you can be a panda and fight a boar creature. You can't! Also, this game has Jack Black. Yeah, that's right, Jablinski himself. So Poe as a character feels more genuine. I haven't been able to play the multiplayer version because I, have no friends. Continuing on, the game expands upon the movie's story as opposed to showing what happens after it, which in my eyes is a plus, because when movie game devs come up with a story, it's pretty terrible. This game has some dope-ass boss fights. But the game also has... Why? It sucks that nobody really talks about this game anymore, because it's the right way to do a tie-in game. One issue I have with this game is the oversaturation of light. Like, it's way too bright. But purely and simply, it's a fun game that you should try out. None of the other Kung Fu Panda games, though. What a goddamn classic. Smash Bros? Never heard of it. Street Fighter? Lol, what? Marvel vs. Capcom? Go fuck yourself. Shrek games tend to be lazy, uninteresting cash grabs that make me infinitely sad. But Shrek Super Slam, aka Triple S, aka God's corporeal form? You can't go wrong. This game is so good that it still has a huge fan base to this date. These legends built a fucking tier list. They hold tournaments. If you're still reserved about your opinions on this game, let me change your mind quickly. Ooh, Gingy's house? Hell yeah. Oh man. What the fuck?
Shout out to the Muffin Man. He hooked me up with this blingin' dog house. Hey, you stupid fuck. Don't make me bite your head off. What do you think of my sweet ride? This baby is one of a kind. Twin cam caramel engine, rack and pinion snickerdoodles, butternut crunch pistons. And look at these kicking rims. Icing on the cake is my giant gumball machine. Best of all, it doesn't cost a penny. Oh no! Oh, yo, hope you like the slamming tour. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm heading back to my hot cocoa place. Hey, what was that? Hey, dude, where's the party? Look what you've done to my beautiful house! I'm gonna knock you out!
There's more classics where that came from. If you're still not convinced, get the fuck off my property and never return. As a fighting game, it's really great. Instead of getting thrown off the fucking arena like a little bitch, you're thrown at the arena. No. Okay, oh fuck. No. I'm not sure if they brought back some of the voice actors from the movies, but if not, most of them are pretty convincing. The game has a story, but it isn't necessarily coherent. It's more like segments of characters fighting each other, and that's all I need, to be honest. Some of these game modes are amazingly easy.
Get ready!
Mine. How long was that? How many, that was under a minute. That's so easy. But there are so many different ones thrown at you that it doesn't even matter. I had to play this piece of gold on a shitty emulator that liked to destroy itself. No! So I'll need a proper copy of the game soon. Fuck Shrek Extra Large. Fuck Madagascar Carts, fuck Mouse Hunt, because this is the only DreamWorks property you will ever need. This has been my video. Thank you. Goodbye.